Good morning. I didn't really think I was going to make a video following up from yesterday's video this soon, but here we are. I've had so many people reach out to me who have also had hysterectomies at a younger age, and there's been one major theme, and that's why are you having your hysterectomy, Tylene? And so I figured, what the heck? I just got out of the shower where that seems to be where I do my best thinking. So here we are. I made myself a little outline just so that I could stay on track because, yeah, I tend to trail off. And so this video is kind of going to just be how I got to where I am today. I said in my last video that I feel like for the last 26 years, my life, every aspect of my life has been completely dictated by my uterus, and that is very much true. I started my period around 12 years old. It was rough from the beginning. It was absolutely terrible. Lots of pain, really heavy flows, multiple periods within a month. I was never lucky enough to be someone who could go months without one, so that never graced my body. I know a lot of other women have dealt with that as well. In high school, I would miss school because of cramps. I would not be able to participate in school functions. It just really, really kind of dictated those years of my life. I remember being on a mission trip in California with my youth group at the time. We're not getting into that right now. But I got sick. I think I got the flu or something. But on top of that, then I started my period. And so it was like the worst trip ever. I remember sitting in this office at this peach place, crying to my dad on the phone, just wanting to come home because I felt so terrible. And then after high school, I mean, it never got better. It got heavier, it got more painful, it got worse. It affected my relationships, it affected trips I would take, it affected camping, it affected so many things. I couldn't make decisions on where I could go or what I could do unless I knew that I had electricity for my heating pad and enough substances to help with the pain. Because it just affected so much of my life. Flash forward, I was diagnosed with PCOS about 11 years ago. So I've been dealing with all of that fun nonsense that affects so many women. Then I met my husband, we got married, we wanted to have a baby. My body, we tried for over a year on our own. My body was like, nope, no babies. We went to a fertility doctor. I had fertility tests done. I was on fertility medication for 2 years. No babies. My body, even though I was on medication to force me to ovulate, my body still did not ovulate. And in the time of being on those fertility drugs, it really took a toll on my body, both emotionally and physically. After I got off of the fertility drugs, I went through about a year of every day something new hurt, or every day there was a new symptom, or every day felt like I'm catching a cold or I have the flu. On top of all the lady things that go with that, cramps, heavy bleeding, multiple periods in a month. Crazy mood swings. And when I say I have heavy periods, I would fill up a Diva cup sometimes 5 times in a day. So I believe those hold 2 ounces. So I was overflowing up to 5 times a day. Yeah, so after being out of the fertility fog and having all these new symptoms start to come up, I reached out, found a new doctor. From that doctor, I found an internal medicine doctor. After 16 vials of blood and numerous tests, I was ultimately diagnosed with fibromyalgia. So having fibromyalgia and having a uterus that doesn't like to play fair, puts me into fibromyalgia flare-ups all the time. It is incredibly painful. All my joints freeze up. Everything hurts. I don't want to leave the house. I don't want to do anything, really. I do have a therapist that is wonderful, and I've been working with her for probably about 5 or 6 months now, I want to say. And things have been getting better with that. So fast forward again to we moved to North Carolina, and I attempted to talk to my doctor about originally an ablation, a uterine ablation. And she said that that helps, but with women who have the pain that I have associated with the heavy flow, it probably wouldn't do as much for me, and that she recommended a full hysterectomy. So we applied for insurance. We scheduled the surgery. I went to all my appointments. I met with anesthesia. I gave the hospital a whole bunch of money. And then the insurance denied it. The doctor had to do multiple peer-to-peer reviews. I had to call all my old doctors in Colorado and get documentation from them. I wrote a letter to the insurance 2 days before I was supposed to have my hysterectomy. Insurance gave the final denial. They said no, she needs to try an IUD or other forms of birth control. Mind you, I had tried the pill before that, and it was terrible. So we insert that. I experience tremendous pain, tons of bleeding, constant discomfort. I can't sleep. So then the doctor prescribes me Orilissa. Orilissa is made for women who have endometriosis, and it is a pain medication that is not a narcotic. At first, insurance said no because I don't have an endometriosis diagnosis. So, the doctor had to do another peer-to-peer with them, explain the situation. They said yes. The FDA, even though they've cleared it, you can only be on it at 6 months at a time because it's known to cause bone loss. So at 6 months, you have to do a bone density scan, and if everything's fine, then you can continue the treatment. Starting a second month of trying to get a refill, the insurance kept denying it through my pharmacy. So then they had to go through the whole process again of sending pre-auths. So I never got to be on the drug for more than 4 weeks at a time. There was always a gap because of insurance. So it didn't really work. I don't know that it really helped a ton. I was still experiencing all the same symptoms that I was experiencing before. Maybe a little bit of relief, but maybe not as constant, but nothing more than that. So she said, well, we have to give it 6 months. The insurance is going to say, this is my doctor who said this. She said, the insurance wants us to take this course of action. We're going to try this course of action. And then at 6 months, if the IUD has failed for you, then at that point, I believe that you'll be a good hysterectomy candidate. So here we are. I had my 6-month follow-up in December, and as we knew, I'm not a good candidate for the Mirena. It gives me a ton of problems. I wouldn't say anything is better. To be honest, I've actually had my period for about a year now, nonstop. So I'm ready for this to be over with. So I got the call, and insurance approved it. So that's how I am where I am today. I have no idea what life is going to be like without it, because it has affected so much of my life for so long. But I am so excited for the opportunity to not have something that doesn't work and causes me so much pain and strife and struggle to be gone. I have a feeling it's going to be very freeing. I don't doubt that there's going to be like really emotional times. But because I never had a child, I don't grieve the loss of not being able to do that. To be honest, after I got out of the fertility fog, I kind of felt like, do I even want kids? Like, is this even something I want for my life? Or did I just think that it was something I needed for my life? And Aaron and I are so happy with our life the way that it is. We have two wonderful dogs that we love so much. We love each other so much. And we really enjoy kind of being selfish. And when you have kids, you can't really be selfish anymore. We have talked in length that if for some reason the next 5 to 7 years we feel like that is an aspect of our life that we're really missing out on, that at that point we'll go ahead and we'll look into adoption, because we'll be really ready at that point. But I think both of us are just really looking forward to what is life like without this, because I've been dealing with it so long that he kind of came into that. So yeah, that's how I am where I am today. If you like this so far, feel free to subscribe. I hope to be putting videos out every couple days or whenever I feel like it. If something kind of happens, or someone's asked a question, or I'm experiencing something, or I got some news, I just kind of plan on not really scheduling anything, but just kind of posting content as it's relative. So thank you for listening to me ramble. Again, if you have any questions, go ahead and post it below. But I'm really excited to bring you on this journey, and I'm really surprised at like how many views my first video got. That's so cool. I didn't expect that. So thank you so much, and I hope you all have a beautiful day. Enjoy it.